Good morning, students. From today onwards, we are going to start our revision class. As you know, we are forwarding towards our first unit examination, for which you will be informed from the school. So, let's begin our revision work of English language. And the first chapter which we are going to revise is sentence. As we have discussed before in our previous classes, sentence is a group of words which consist words which give clear meaning. That group of words is termed as a sentence. Let's see what's given in your book. When we want to express our thoughts, we use a group of words. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Take for example, Bhagat Singh was a true patriot. Over here, we can see this sentence is giving us complete meaning. Words are in proper place, so we get the complete meaning. So we can call this group of words a sentence. Let's see the second example. Television is a wonderful invention of technology. This is also a sentence because it has complete sense. It gives complete sense what it wants to speak. Let's see what footnote has been given below in your book. The first one. The first word of a sentence always begins with a capital letter. As we know, when we start a sentence, the first word of a sentence should be in a capital word. Next point, the words in a sentence must be in a proper word order. Yes, the words should be in proper order so that words in proper order makes sense clear, which in turn we call sentence. And the third point, a sentence ends with a full stop, a mark of interrogation, or a mark of exclamation. Let's see what is the other point given forward. The phrase, the next topic. Sometimes a group of words which makes sense but not in complete form are termed as phrase. Like, for example, the whole night. Over here, the whole night means it doesn't define anything. What whole night? What does the sentence express this? It's not expressing anything because it's not giving a complete sense. So we can't say it is a sentence because it doesn't have a complete sense. Next example, in the park. What in the park? It is not clear. It's not defining clearly. So we can't call it a sentence. Let's see what footnote is given below regarding this point, the phrase. Point number 1. A phrase does not have a verb. The phrase doesn't contain any type of verb. Point number 2. A sentence may be made longer by adding a phrase. Yes, we can make a sentence longer by adding a phrase to it. Take for example, the girls were playing. It's a complete sentence because it's reflecting the meaning of the each and every word. But when we add a phrase to it, the girls are playing in the park, the sentence extends itself and the meaning comes out more clearly. So we can call it a sentence and it is helped by a phrase for its extension. Let's proceed to the next note. A phrase is a group of words that does not contain a verb. It can be used in a sentence as a noun, adjective, or an adverb. Yes, a phrase doesn't contain any type of verb. we can use that phrase as an adjective or an adverb or a noun in a sentence. Point number 2. Next point. We can change phrase into sentences by adding other words to them, but one of the words that we add must be a verb. If we want to change the phrase, we want to call it a sentence, the phrase must be added with a verb along with other suitable words. So, we can change the shape of a phrase or transform the phrase to something else to be called as a sentence. But there should be a verb in it. It should contain a verb with it. Third point. Our sentence cannot be formed without a verb in it. Yes. We can't call a sentence without a verb. Let's proceed to the next point or part, that is the clause. A combination of words that contains a finite or a main verb is called a clause. A clause is a part of a larger sentence. Means a clause is a part of a big sentence. It is a finite verb. So let's see the example what's given over here. This is the place where he lives. Let's see what's the explanation of this sentence. In the above sentence, where he lives is the clause of the sentence and it has a finite verb, that is lives. So let's stop till here. We'll proceed further in our next class. Till then, thank you boys.